Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jules. Thanks for coming back for another weekly video update. It is the middle of November, a week away from American Thanksgiving, and time is a flying by. So, I got some news to tell you and show you. Got some Old World Map 2 progress along with some new patterns. So, let me hop right into it. Got about 700 stitches or so with my massive, gigantic project, Old World Map 2. Let me find it here. Here we go. It's going all the way down. It's going all the way down to the end. And so I primarily focused again sort of on this area, but I came all the way back here and started filling in some of this darker stuff up here. So again, it's like, you know, I'm telling you, like another month of me doing about 800 stitches, per week is really going to make a big difference. But for right now, that's kind of where we're at. It'd be nice if I would ever insert a picture, of what it looked like, 2 or 3 weeks ago. That'd be smart. I'm just talking about it now because maybe I'll come do that at some point. That'd be awesome. But there's that. So we're still working on that first row, and we're going to get there. We're eventually going to get there. I did pass 60,000 total stitches on Old World Map 2, which is definitely my largest. I think well, maybe it's not, but it's the largest one that I can think of as far as having, the number of stitches done on it. So it's it's coming along nicely. So I just need to keep working at it, which I have been. The other thing I kind of sprinkled in with it a little bit. I don't have a picture for it. I'm sure you can tell what it is. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's actually the winter barn. And I put in, the needle is kind of right. I put in about 300 or 400 stitches on that. The whole first side of it basically is all just like this tree, this winter tree. So it doesn't look like anything till you start stitching the barn. But I did start working on that. And then another one that I pulled out, but I haven't started stitching on it yet. But I've already stitched so much on it of it. I don't remember. Yeah, if you guys remember Giraffe Selfie, the monochrome. So I am about right there on it. So I just got to get the rest of it stitched down there. But I'm like, this is something that I really should finish. I've gotten quite a bit done on it, and I just need to kind of push through and get some more done. So that's the other thing I've been working on. So pretty happy about that. I did do a stitch with me this past week. I did it on Old World Map, and I'll be doing another one coming up again for this weekend. I think the Sunday releases work the best because instead of me coming home on Friday and trying to squeeze in a stitch with me at the end of the day when I'm tired, I kind of get up on Saturday morning, get some things done, and then just kind of settle in for a nice little hour or so of stitching with the Old World Map. And I find that way my commentary is way, way better. So so there are 3. I do 3 this way. I know you guys probably do that, but that's really hard on that finger. So I do 3. 3 new cross stitch patterns for the week in the store, stitchingjulesdesign.com, as well as the store on Etsy with the same name. I finally got up the mini gnome with a flower. So it's kind of a bigger picture of it right here, but this is so you can see it better. But this little kiddo is 70 by 120, not full coverage stitches, or not full coverage stitching. Everything around it that's white is not being stitched. So it's not a terribly, it's a faster stitch than you might imagine. There's 14 colors in DMC. So that's mini gnome with a flower. Now, speaking of mini gnome with a flower, is there a big gnome with a flower? There is, but I haven't put it up yet because I think mini gnome with a flower actually works really, really well, the size that it is. And I don't know if you really want to stitch that massive gnome that way. I don't know. Next up is another, let's see, how do I do this? So I'm going to show you the monochrome first. And this one kind of popped together pretty quickly. And I'm very happy with how it looks. It's a new monochrome. I call it monochrome sweater dog. And there it be. So it's just a picture of a pit bull with some black glasses, wearing a nice sweater, cozy and warm for the winter / fall, whatever you want to, cooler temperatures you could say. It's about 280 by 280, so it is a nice little square. and I cannot remember off the top of my head how many stitches it has, but there is my monochrome sweater dog. Now, you guys know that I have been trying to take some of my monochromes and make them into smaller mini patterns. Excuse me. And I actually got that done with this one. I don't know if I'm going to release the full color sweater dog one, but I got mini sweater dog right now. So mini sweater dog is not full coverage. Again, the white on the outside is not stitched, so it can be any color you want. 110 by 110. So he came out, or she, whichever, came out really nicely. And I forget how many colors. I want to say it's like 14 or 15 colors. Maybe a few more. Maybe 19 colors. I can't remember. But there's mini sweater dog. So there you go. I'm also working on a mini haunted house. That the old haunted house one that I've had for a long time. I'm working on a mini for that. There's a few other things that are kind of in the works that I'm trying to get done. I've been a bit distracted. Let me see. Am I done with cross stitch stuff? I think I'm done with cross stitch stuff. I'm not going to get into this in too big a detail here because I'm actually thinking about putting these videos on a different channel, just to kind of keep that content away from my cross stitch content. I kind of find that if you talk about, like I had the St. Louis Blues wins the playoff, that was on my channel, and people would find that video of when I went to Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and the moment that they won and they were playing music and everything. And so, boy, Doogie's being very dramatic today. So I had a little like 2-minute video that I recorded. Didn't say anything. Just this is the moment that they won. It was. Anytime I watched it, I just got really like chills, because it was so exciting when I was there. But because of that, my subscription numbers and stuff have kind of stalled on YouTube, because what was happening was, apparently what was happening was that I was getting a lot of views through the St. Louis Blues video, but those people did not really want to be talked to about cross stitch. So they might subscribe to my channel based on one view of a hockey thing, thinking maybe I had more without checking my channel out. And then they would see what other content I was putting out. Eventually, probably was recommended, hey, you like that video from her? Here's about cross stitching. And they're like, what? That's not what I signed up for. And then they would unsubscribe. And so I think my channel kind of got, aside from the fact that I sort of stalled out with videos, period, there for a bit, that was probably the other 50% of it. So I'm not going to put a ton of non-cross stitch stuff on the channel going forward. So I am going to have a channel, and the name of the channel is going to tell you what's coming up. It's called Back Fusion Recovery. I think that's going to be what it is. I am going to come back and put it up here. So if you guys, I'm pointing up here. If it's not up there, it's because the channel's not ready. But at some point, I will do it. So some point here coming up in early January, hopefully the first week of January, I am going to have a back fusion done. Surprisingly, because I haven't hardly talked about it. I haven't talked about it at all. I actually just found out like a week ago that was actually the most likely thing that was going to happen. I had hoped for disc replacement or something along those lines. If you've been around the channel for a long time, you know I've talked before about I have 2 scars on my neck from where I had one single fusion of my neck, and then I ended up getting a revision with a double fusion at C4-6. So at L4-5, I need a fusion, and it's going to be kind of a big deal. It's they're going to come in through my abdomen, do the fusion that way, but then they're going to flip me over and work on my back and actually put in some screws and rod and take out some very ugly arthritic bone that's back there. And so that is coming up. And I wanted to not have that on this channel just primarily because of, like I said, for all the reasons I've already mentioned. So, but I'll go into more detail over on that channel. And, I wanted to put something out there because there's different videos that I've already looked up, because don't know anybody off the top of my head that's had a back fusion, and because I'm 51 years old, and to have this level of kind of work done, some of the symptoms and everything that I've been finding, I haven't found like a ton of great help, some help, but not a lot of great help on YouTube. And let's go to YouTube to consult the YouTube doctors, or people who have had back fusion. So I will talk about it a lot more on there, but for now, it's just suffice to say that I'm going to get more cross stitch done in the near future. I hope I'm able to do it. I'll be at home for probably at least a month straight, and then and then we'll see. Hopefully, I'll be back to full bore. Actually, even better. Actually, even better than I was before, because apparently I've had this for a very, very long time. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well and that you're getting a lot of stitching done. And I will likely talk about the back fusion stuff more on my Stitch With Me's. So unfortunately, if you don't like that kind of talk, that's probably what I'm going to be talking about for a while. So aside from other cross stitchy stuff. So I hope you guys are doing well, and happy stitching. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.